Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the JD Diamond here in DeWitt, New York, as the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams will host the visiting Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets. Hi, everybody. Sam Gelfand, the newly crowned voice of the Red Rams here, bringing you this action. Should be a great game. The Section 3 Class A runners-up in 2019 take on the most unlikely Section 3 Class AA sectional champions of at least the past decade. On the mound today for the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams is A.J. Sumida, making his varsity debut. As you can see, he's throwing some gas, and we'll see if that's able to carry over through this game, bring him some success. First batter for the FM Hornets will be Tom Woodridge. Thank you so much for joining us. A quick PSA before we get underway today. The best precaution you can take against COVID-19 is to stay home whenever possible. We thank you for keeping yourself and our student athletes safe by watching this broadcast remotely. Please let us bring the game to you instead. We are almost ready to get underway. These are the opening warm-ups. Sounds like it's about to come down. The Red Rams looking to rebound after splitting a doubleheader against Fulton 1-1, or one game apiece, I should say. The FM Hornets have only played one game they did not win. So we are all ready to get underway. It'll be Tom Woodridge to start things off. First pitch fouled right off the umpire's helmet. That's why we wear them, folks. He seems to be all right. That's good news. You know, if we're thinking about the movie Major League, the first pitch of a game or a season can really dictate the success of the rest of it. There's a breaking ball hanging on the outside corner. So what is predicted if the first pitch of the game is fouled off the umpire's helmet? Of course, we have a comment section up, and we're looking at it. You can always let us know. Sumida looks for a repeat, does not get the same success. We do have the comment section up. We love hearing from you. Have something to say. If it's good enough, we might even read it out on the air. Sumida still trying to paint those corners. Get some swinging. Strikeout number 1 for A.J. Sumida in his varsity debut. James Mason now the batter. 0-1. On the ground to the shortstop. That's Alexander. Fires it over to Brand. Gets the out. So the 6-3 will bring up Itai Spinoza, the sole remaining member of the 2019 championship FM squad. Everyone else has graduated. Gets away from the catcher, Aaron Coe, for ball 1. Once again, we thank you so very much for joining us here live exclusively on JDTV on YouTube. Fouled off. Right off the parking sign. The little sign that says which parking is reserved and which one is able to be parked in. Goes right off the top of that. We'll expense him for the damages later. 2-1. Temperatures right now hovering around 50-55 degrees, but there is a 12-degree wind, or 12-mile-an-hour wind, with a certain amount of wind chill yet to be determined. 3-1, 2 outs. Strike two. Right on the corner. And Spinoza's got a full count. Takes his base. Now there's a runner on first for Chris Holcraft. Holcraft playing shortstop today. That's a ball, but good motion from Aaron Coe. Coe, just a freshman. Already getting the starting assignment here on varsity. Spinoza goes. Coe pops up, throw is off target, goes into the outfield. And that could have been dangerous. And we're going to have our first mound visit. The Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams manager Ryan Deere currently with a career record of 195 and 105 with the Red Rams. Was named the Salt City Athletic Conference Coach of the Year in 2019. Itai Spinoza, the runner now on second, actually swiped 5 bags in 2019. So this is par for the course for him. Outside. The 2-1 to Holcraft. It's just a bit high. Sumida started off hot. Seems to be cooling down just like the weather out here. Brushes the outside corner. Full count, 2 outs, runner in scoring position. Breaking ball in there. Runner goes to third, heads up. And Spinoza swipes his second base of the at-bat. That's the kind of heads-up play that managers love to see. And it'll bring up A.J. Valletta. Another runner goes, and Coe gets behind the batter and cannot throw. And that you just hate to see. Wrong place, wrong time. And that'll plunk him. And Sumida has walked or hit the bases loaded with 2 outs in the first inning. Outside, Coe keeping Sumida honest. Once again, Sumida struck out the first batter. Got the second out in the second batter. Allowed 2 straight walks. And hit someone, but now he's throwing the heat. That they're going to rule that a ball. That's why he's the umpire and I'm not. Three straight balls, and now manager Ryan Dira has to be thinking to himself, why did I use the mound visit during that third batter? Good take, though, from Max Danaher, who's also the starting pitcher. Danaher went 0 for 3 in the Hornets' first game. Walks a runner home. It's 1-0. So now it's Connor Wierzarek, something like that. Wierzarek, I was told. Wierzarek actually has a perfect batting average, though that won't be helping it. Pops out right to third. That's Mason who brings it down. Kretsch. Mason's on the other team looking at the wrong thing. And now that's the end of the inning. The FM Hornets put up 1 off of a few walks. And we'll be right back with the bottom of the inning right after this. Welcome back, everybody, to the JD Diamond here in DeWitt, New York. Sam Gelfand, the voice of the Red Rams, as the Red Rams will get a chance to retaliate after FM puts up one in the first. First batter is Matt Sweeney, the center fielder, currently batting .375 through 3 games. And the pitcher, of course, for FM is Max Danaher. His first start of his varsity career. First pitch strike. Good take, and the dugout lets him know. Sweeney averages about a hit a game for the Red Rams. Fouls it off. When you foul it off directly backwards, that means that you're very close to dialing it in. And Sweeney knows it. Here's the 1-2. The Red Rams bench takes a lot of pride in being very loud. And honestly, it's great to see the camaraderie. Swing and strikeout. So now it's Matt Alexander. Fouls the first pitch off. Alexander in 2019 hit .329 with 23 hits and 18 RBIs. Real impressive that he almost had the same number of RBIs as hits. And also, what does it say about the depth of the Red Rams lineup that they're putting someone like that in the 2-hole? As he hits one right back to the shortstop, Holcraft, fires it over to first, gets him by about 2 steps. Now the old 6'3" brings up the most dangerous hitter on the Red Rams right now, Carter King, who leads the Red Rams in most statistical categories. He had a home run during the doubleheader against Fulton. Not only the first home run of the season, but he hit it to Death Valley out in right center field over that 375-foot fence. You can trust this kid in the kitchen with your potatoes because all he does is mash. You have no idea how many years I've been waiting to say that, by the way. Quickly in the hole 0-2. Amazingly does not plunk him. That was close, though. Good take high and outside. Working back from 0-2 to 2-2 now is King. And that is the mark of a professional hitter, being able to go from an 0-2 count to a 3-2 count. And it certainly has to be getting in Danaher's head. Contact right back to the pitcher, that's it. So the Red Rams, though not from a lack of trying, do not make any noise in the first. So we'll be right back after this. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back with the second inning in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody, for the top of the second. Sam Gelfand, the voice of the Red Rams here, as A.J. Samita looking to find his rhythm on the mound, and to be doing so against Paul Miller, a 7-batter top of the first for the Hornets. Samita throwing some gas, gets it by Miller. On the ground, foul. By the way, helping us out today is Tyler Aitken on camera. We, of course, could not do this without all of the help and support of everyone here in the JD TV crew and all of you at home. If you guys weren't tuning in, well, we wouldn't be here either. One and two to Miller. Miller had one at-bat in the first game. Did not reach base. Just a little low in the zone for the ump's liking. 2-2 count. Brushes the inside part of the plate, probably a little low anyway. Contact right side. Heading foul, and Brand not able to get there in time. So Miller will stay alive for another moment. The FM Hornets in the first inning did score one run, but they also left 3 runners on base. You never want to end an inning with people stranded. Contact hits the inside part of the bat. Nice catch by a spectator. Barehanded basket catch. Speaking of basket catches, by the way, today is actually Willie Mays' birthday. Fouled off again. Miller staying alive to the best of his ability. But yes, happy birthday to the Say Hey Kid. One of the greatest to ever do it. Another foul ball. I can't repeat what one of the players on FM just said, but I echo his sentiment. Real impressive. Struck him out. And Sumida powers through the at-bat. Fights back and gets the K. Now it's Toby Schulman, the number 9 batter. Made it look silly on the first pitch. The Red Rams pitchers this season have had a large reliance on the breaking ball. They're not exactly throwing heat at an especially high rate. They've got a lot of break. Strike 3, pass ball, gets it to first. That's the inning. Or 2 outs of the inning. Because I should be paying more attention, apparently. Got excited. And no wonder, I mean, 2 straight strikeouts for Samita, 2 straight swinging strikeouts. So now it's back to the top of the order, Tom Woodridge. Watch as Coe lose control of the first ball. Woodridge struck out to start the game. So Samita has 3 strikeouts to his name, 3 of them swinging. Fouls off again. Right next to the parking sign this time. FM hitters have a real vengeance against that thing. Samita working fast. A little low with the fastball, but if Samita is working at this rate, wanting to keep things going, that means he's confident. On the ground. Kretsch to first, he's safe. That was about a dead heat. Let's take one more look at it. That was about even. Can't fault the umpire. No one's going to be happy with a call like that. So Woodridge beats out a single. Bunt attempt off the hands of the catcher. They're lucky that Woodridge stays at second. Woodridge possibly could have taken off for third if he wanted to, as Mason, the batter. Hit and run is probably not coming back into play. Little chopper. Back to Kretsch. Can he get the throw in time? This time overshoots it. Run's coming home. They're going to hold the throw. And Mason reaches second on an E5. It is 2-0, the FM Hornets lead, as Spinoza steps up to the plate. One runner in scoring position. Looks back, the runner. FM is a team that relies on small ball. We saw it in 2019. We'll see it again here. Plants it right on the outside corner. FM stole 59 bases in 2019. Compare that to 31 from the Red Rams. This time Brand takes it himself, but he can't do anything with it. Just wants to look back the runner. No one in position to get the flip, and that was a miscommunication on many fronts. So Spinoza reaches first safely. It's Holcraft up to bat. Quick talking to between Holcraft and the umpire. This has been the trend through 2 innings for Samita as he gets 2 outs in quick succession and then struggles to shut it down afterwards. Runner goes, Coe pops up, throw to the left, but it doesn't matter because your first priority is to prevent the double steal. That's obviously designed to do, so now there's 2 runners in scoring position. But it was very mature of the shortstop Alexander just to keep the runner on third honest, that runner being Spinoza, fouled off. 1-1, 2 outs, 2 Rispies. Samita showing off the breaking ball. That's foul down the left field line. And thank goodness it was if you're the Red Rams, because he sure got under it. Holcraft showing off some pop. Still 1-2, 2 outs. Fouled off, and that's about as close as you'll see to the camera breaking. And that's why the chain link's here in the first place, because that camera's expensive. And, you know, we've got Tyler behind the camera too, worry about him, but, you know, that's an expensive camera, though. Just find another volunteer. That camera, though, don't think we have room in the budget. Little chin music, and Holcraft now has a full count to work with. Samita tends to look low in the zone in these situations. Instead, it's high, and the bases are loaded. Holcraft still yet to have an official at-bat. That's 2 walks he's had today. Spinoza to second, Mason on third. And it's A.J. Valletta, the seventh batter of the inning. So why does the scorebook say or it's 4-0? It should be 2-0. Don't know how that changed, but fouled off down the left side. Did Valletta? Did I lean on the scorebook at one, or the production mixer at one point, because it went to 4-0 the score. That is certainly not the case. Bases all jammed up. Once again on the ground, Valletta, it looks like, does not want to pop out. He's trying to get a little over the ball. Steps off the mound, looks the runners back. As rare as it is, I would not put it past the Hornets to try to steal home. They are a speedy team. Strike 3! Valletta frozen. And Samita gets himself out of a jam. Thus ends the top of the second. We'll be right back with the bottom of this inning. It is 2-0. The Hornets lead over your Red Rams. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the bottom of the second inning as Corey Kretsch looks to get something going for the Red Rams. Kretsch 1 for 10 to start the season. He's had some tough breaks. His only hit, though, was a double. Danaher, the pitcher, hits him immediately. Lost grip of the fastball. Now there's a runner on first. That is the trouble with throwing with a three-quarters motion like Danaher does, is you got to watch your release point. It's Dante Santos now up. And that's what Danaher was trying to do with that first pitch. Aiming low and inside of the fastball. I mean, pitching is all about release points, but the further to the side your delivery is, the more you have to worry about it. Santos bunting for a hit. It rolls just foul. Santos would have had it stayed fair. You saw in that replay, Santos showing off some blistering speed. He's also batting .333 through 3 games. Pops it up towards the middle. Holcraft calls for it. Has to go back a little bit, but he gets it. So now it's Kevin Markert. Batter number 6 in the lineup. Runner goes. Ball goes into left field. Kretsch is safe. And that's how to do it. Heads up base running from Corey Kretsch. Makes the most of the opportunity. He beats that throw. And Markert holds off. Once again, I am Sam Gelfand, the voice of the Red Rams. Tyler Aiken helping us out on camera. Thanks so much for joining us today. Once again, Markert holds off. Bunt laid down. Markert reaches first but brings in a run. Game's a little bit closer. The Hornets may be the team that relies on small ball, but that's what it can get you. Markert gets himself an RBI as well. It is 2-1. And Kretsch also scores his second run of the season. Hit on the ground back to Woodridge. Gets him at first. The Red Rams make things a little bit closer. Scratching and clawing back, it's 2-1. We'll be right back after this. Check 1, 2, are we back? Okay, good. We're back with the top of the third, and if something weird just happened with your stream, the program crashed for a moment, but it looks like we're back up and might have even been seamless. Wouldn't that have been nice if you hadn't noticed, unless I said something. Sumita staring down Danaher now. And he's quickly down 2-0. Big swing and strike, though, from Danaher. Two and one, as mentioned, FM had 11 wins, 12 losses last year. JD 17-5, and yet FM did better, winning the Class AA Sectional Championship, the first team of the decade to beat the number 1, 2, and 3 seeds in order to get it. As Danaher draws a walk. In case you're curious, I am controlling the scorebook you see on your screen and keeping score on paper. So if I'm silent for a moment or if things don't change quite as quickly as you'd expect, there's your explanation. Haven't seen anyone put anything in the comments so far. Don't forget it's open and we are reading them, and we'd love to hear from you. Sumita faced 7 batters in each of the first 2 innings. As Warzarik will call time, attempting to disrupt the pitcher's rhythm. Rhythm so important in baseball, considering it's not the fastest pace, but once the ball gets in play, it is the fastest of all the sports. A 1-1 count with a runner on first. Not taking the largest lead, but he's going anyway. Coe pops up. Throw is not in time. And Danaher snags himself a bag. That is the 5th stolen base of the day. Strike 3. Paul Miller now stepping up to bat. 5 stolen bases for the Hornets. 5 stolen bases in 2.5 innings. Just kind of insane to think about, even if it's at the high school level. And Sumita has to keep looking Danaher back because he's threatening to steal a 6th. Miller with a Christmas swing, but all he got was Columbus Day. Samita with another ball. One and one is the count. As someone in the comments says, tell Max Danaher I think he's cute. Got a secret admirer out there. Perfectly placed strike two. Got him on the inside corner. Sumida finding himself a rhythm as a strikeout pitcher. That's his 6th in 3 innings. Even if he's been struggling getting the 3rd out, 6 strikeouts in 3 innings in your first ever varsity start is not something to sneeze at. But now Samita is down 3-0 against Toby Schulman. And he walks Schulman on 4 straight pitches. And here comes a Mound Visit. And Samita's day is done. We'll see who comes into the game. Samita with a really impressive performance in his first ever start at the varsity level. 6 strikeouts, allowed 2 runs. He did walk 5 batters. And it looks like our next pitcher is Duncan Foss, the reliable relief man for JD. We'll take this moment to remind you to join us for our next broadcast coming up just tomorrow as the Fulton Red Raiders come in to take on the Red Rams in girls lacrosse. That'll be at 7 p.m. And coming up after that on Saturday, we actually have a lacrosse doubleheader, boys and girls, but the first game is the boys lacrosse home opener against the Oswego Buccaneers. That's at 5. And the girls team will be back at 7. So as we wait for Duncan Foss to warm up, we're going to pop out for a moment. Thank you so very much for joining us. Welcome back, everybody, as Duncan Foss, the new pitcher for the Red Rams. A 7.36 ERA so far as he looks the runner back. In 3 2/3 innings, he's allowed 6 hits, 7 walks, 4 strikeouts, 2 hit by pitches. Here's the thing, though. He's allowed 10 runs. Only 3 of them were earned. Throw back off the glove is going to go into the outfield, but the runner will not go. So only 1/3 of Foss's runs are actually earned. Says more about the defense than him. Wild pitch right off the gate. And the runners advance. It's never great when your first pitch of the game is a wild pitch. Now it's 2-0 to Woodridge. So Foss also taking on the 1-2-3 batters here. Outside 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk for Duncan Foss to start out his performance, loading the bases. Now it's Mason, bases loaded, 2 outs. 5 straight balls. And here comes a visit from the catcher. All right, hopefully you can hear me. We haven't had a crash all year, and now we've had 2 during this game alone. Same batter, though. Count is 2-1. Popped up by Mason. And Alexander under it for the 3rd out. And now our mixer doesn't want to do anything. This is bizarre. We're going to try to fix this. We'll be right back. All right, are we back? Are we back? I think we are. Yeah, it looks like the YouTube stream is still live, which would be great. Indeed, it looks like we are. We apologize, ladies and gentlemen, as the laptop crashed towards the end of the inning. Just getting everything back on now. That count is 3-2 to Aaron Coe, I believe. Yes. And they're going to call that strike 3. One out now for Who's number 99? We don't have a number 99 on the roster.
What?
We don't have a number 99 on the roster.
Samson Mishra.
Alrighty, switch numbers. He was 21. So Mishra getting his first at bat, his second of the season. We do apologize for these technical difficulties, but we're thankful that we're back and you're sticking with us. In case you were curious, AJ Sumita's final line: 2 2/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 1 hit batsman. Courtesy strike on the outside corner. Full count for Mishra. And Mishra hits one into the right center field gap. Underneath it is Warzarek. So after the F9, it's Matt Sweeney getting his second turn up. It's a bit of a contrast. Even though the Red Rams are only down by 1 run, the FM Hornets have already batted around twice. This is the first time someone gets their second at-bat for the Red Rams. We're about 1 hour into this game so far. Three straight balls from the pitcher, Max Danaher. Here's a 3-0. In for a strike. The Red Rams currently 1-2. The Hornets 0-1 on the season, respectively. On the ground to Woodridge. Cannot barehand it, and Sweeney's safe with a single. The first hit of the day for the Red Rams, courtesy of Matt Sweeney. And now it's Matt Alexander with a runner on and 2 outs. Alexander watches the first ball go by. He grounded out to short in his first at-bat. Clips the corner 1-1. And the runner goes, could be caught in a rundown, except he beats it because he is just that fast. Matt Sweeney speeding around the base paths. And he doesn't even get himself caught in a rundown. How impressive is that? It's a miracle that these players haven't already burnt out their throats as Alexander burns one into right center field. Sweeney being waved around. Bobbled briefly by the right fielder, Wierzarek, and we are all tied up at 2. And we're getting the first mound visit of the day for the Hornets. After the RBI single by Matt Alexander ties it all up. A warning from the umpire telling them to cheer for their own guys. So they cheer for their own guys. This is the 6th meeting between these two teams in 11 years. FM leads the series 3-2 since 2010. Red Rams haven't picked up a victory since April 13th, 2018. On average, FM wins a game 10-8. However, JD winning 2-1 at home. And they're hoping to take this one too. Runner on first, 2 outs for Carter King. Two and 0. King grounded out right back to the pitcher in his first at-bat. And he swings hard, but it's only going to go as far as Holcraft, who brings it down for the 3rd out. So that is the end of the 3rd inning. We'll be right back with the 4th right after this. The Red Rams make it even, tied up at 2 apiece. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sam Gelfand, the voice of the Red Rams, who just put on a second sweater because guess what? I'm from the South. Immediate contact made by Itai Spinoza on the first pitch from Foss. It's anyone's ball game now in the top of the 4th. Red Rams score 1 on an RBI single by Matt Alexander. Spinoza, one of the 2 team captains for FM. just a little bit low. Spinoza in 2019 batted .271 with 16 hits and 7 RBIs. Failed off again. Not a cloud in the sky here in DeWitt. We've lucked out. 2 baseball broadcasts, 2 beautiful days for a ball game. Got him swinging. A gorgeous strikeout from Foss puts up the first out of the 4th inning. Got him at shin level, bringing up Holcraft. Foss is one of those pitchers who's really he's got to put it together, but once he does, he has a lot of potential. His control is not his best aspect. As you can probably tell, coming into this game, 7 walks, 4 strikeouts. Foul tip from Holcraft. Yeah, we don't have a press box here at JD for the baseball field. It'd be really nice if we had one right now. Over on the football field, it's got air conditioning and everything. And only a very small fly infestation. 2 strikeouts in a row. And now with 2 outs, it's Valletta. Like I was saying, if Foss can just put it together. And that's an expert slider. And I think that demonstrates really nicely the whole principle of having pitchers with the same arm as the batter hits with match up against each other, because on that slider, you saw it looked like he was heading right for him, broke at the last minute. Little too far to the right. 2-1 count. Two count. Foss starting to hum. That was a slider that didn't quite break as he was hoping. Full count. And Valletta works a walk. So it's not going to be the 3 strikeout inning that he was hoping for, at least not immediately. Max Danaher now will come up. As always with Syracuse, it is the wind here that's really killing us in terms of lack of heat. Like, the temperature isn't that bad, but you got the 15-mile-an-hour winds, and oh, it's not pleasant. Runner goes. And Coe's going to hold on to it. You live and learn, get him next time. Don't want to risk a bad throw. Yeah, he knew with Foss right there. He was not going to get eyes on target. Wild pitch. And Valletta all the way over to third. That is stolen base number 6, by the way, for the Hornets in this game. Three and 0 now to Danaher. And another walk. Runners at the corners now for Connor Wierzarek. I'll say it both ways because one of them's bound to be right. By the way, Danaher has had 3 plate appearances and walked 3 times. Runner goes. No throw from Co. No longer runners at the corners, now 2 runners in scoring position. Okay, I was right and the scoreboard was wrong. It is 1-1, the count. Another wild pitch, runs coming home. The Hornets take the lead. You can see the visible disappointment on Foss's face, but it's how he rebounds from it that'll be the mark of a good ball player. Two, 1, 2 outs. Hit right back to Alexander. Gets him at first to end the inning. The top of the inning at the very least. The Hornets retake the lead 3-2. The Red Rams will attempt to respond in the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back after this. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the fourth here at the JD Diamond in DeWitt, New York. As Corey Kretsch will get his second time up. He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Makes immediate contact, calling it his Miller. And his at-bat is over before it began. Now it's Dante Santos, who flied out to short in his first at-bat. Once more immediate contact, but they're just going to watch it go. No one's getting to that one. Both of these teams last played on the 3rd. FM lost 6-1 against Baldwinsville. JD won the first game of a doubleheader against Fulton and then lost the second 9-3. Real nice movement on that breaking ball. You got to admire a good filthy pitch. Also, how great is it that baseball's the only place where filthy is a positive adjective? And Santos slices it right to the shortstop. Holcraft with some heads-up defense. Two outs now for Markert, whose sac bunt brought in a run last time up. Danaher still the pitcher. FM manager Corey Nelson seems comfortable with letting him go at least a little bit further. Pitch count hasn't been too high so far. Reminder, we are still looking at the comments. Unfortunately, there's a strike. No Max McCall in this game. He is not on the baseball roster. I don't think he plays baseball. He played until this year? Okay, well then maybe he should have been on the varsity roster. I don't know. I don't make the decisions. Slap past the diving third baseman and bobbled by Holcraft. I'll be a generous scorer and rule that a single. Bizarrely, that is only the second hit of the game for the Red Rams, as Nolan Brand will step up to bat. In fact, that is only the third hit between both of these teams so far today. As Brand looks at a strike. For the Red Rams, that's only their fourth base runner of the game. But out of the three they had previously, they brought two of them home, so at least they've been efficient. Throw over, not in time. Brand behind it. Sounded like he got a foul tip, so he got a small piece of it, but not enough of it. Just a little late on the swing. Great inside movement. Danaher should be smiling after a pitch like that. That'll end the fourth inning. The FM Hornets still lead 3-2 over the Red Rams. Foss retakes the mound for JD. We'll be right back with the top of the fifth. after this. Welcome back, everybody, to the top of the fifth. As the umpire wants to address somebody. The Hornets still in the lead, 3-2. Foss kicks, deals, and blows one by the batter, Paul Miller. Of course, regardless of the result of this game, we cannot forget that the Hornets are in a higher class than JD. Hornets Class AA, JD Class A. In fact, the JD Red Rams have kind of drawn the short end of the stick this entire year, much less in this season, just because of COVID-related travel precautions. You know, you can't play teams from too far away. And the Syracuse area is filled with Class AA teams. So the Red Rams in all sports have been forced to play Class AA opponents. It's been a much more difficult season for them than they're used to having. You know, you think of the local schools around here. You got Syracuse City, FM, West Genesee. Miller gets a piece of it. You know, interestingly, the Red Rams actually do not have a single lefty pitcher on the roster. They have one lefty batter and one who's a switch hitter. FM is three lefty batters, two lefty pitchers. And Miller works a walk. Bringing up Toby Schulman. Attempting to bunt, popped up. Coe racing for it. Somehow bunted onto the top of the dugout. Not often you see bunts get that kind of distance. We'll see if they attempt to bunt for a hit and run again, or if they've already shown their hand. Hit foul left side. Max McCall has joined us in the comments section. McCall says the kid on the mound is elite. Heard the Vanderbilt scouts were looking at him. And of course, fellow JD soccer player Mohammed Hajari says, Duncan Foss, best pitcher on the continent? It's a bold claim. I mean, my money's on Jacob deGrom, but give it a few years, you never know. deGrom was a shortstop till he was halfway through college. Two looks the runner back, keeping him honest. Sometimes it's just entertaining to listen to the dugouts and see what random nonsense they're attempting to spew to distract the pitcher. As it's a full count now. Yes, Max McCall in the comments, I am a Mets fan, and I curse my parents for giving me their taste in sports teams every single day. As Bran calls for it and brings down the pop-up. One out now for Woodridge. Woodridge 1 for 2. Had a single, a strikeout, and walked in his last at-bat. Stole a base, too. Runner goes. Coe has a chance. But he's safe. It was close at second, but just not in time. Big hack. And Coe had to track that one down too. Reminder, Coe is just a freshman. And those catcher abilities develop in time. It's not something that you can really just naturally have the ability to frame pitches and be able to block everything that comes your way. You know, when you're younger, you're going to let some get by you. Count is 3-1. Rips one, right center field gap, back at the wall, touch 'em all! Home run to the deepest part of the park for Tom Woodridge. Clobbers one, it is 5-2. Woodridge may have broken this one open. Pokes over the fence, but that's all it's got to do. And I tried to reset the count, but instead reset the score. There we go. Woodridge takes 1 yard. Got to echo the sentiment of that random person from the FM dugout. He is a freshman. With power like that, only Carter King has hit one out that far so far this season until Tom Woodridge shows up. Now hit on the ground by Mason. But Alexander gets the throw over in time. So Foss surrenders the first home run by a Red Rams pitcher this season. Gotta love a good round tripper, though, regardless of who you support. It's not often you see your leadoff hitter go yard, though. Or should I keep trying to use different words for home run? Outside 3-0. 3-1, excuse me. Fouled off again, making it 3-2. The mark of a good pitcher, though, is not giving up the home run, because everyone's going to give up a home run. It's just part of baseball. The mark of a good pitcher is seeing how you come back from it. The pitchers that succeed are the ones who are able to get a couple of outs right afterwards. But Spinoza will take his base after working the count. Once again, I'm doing the commentary and keeping the scoreboard on your screen and keeping score here, so I do apologize. I seem to have forgotten to reset the bases after the home run. If you think I could do a better job or you just feel bad and want to try and help out, feel free to let us know. We could always use the extra help. Looks like Holcraft fouls one off of his own foot. Runner goes. Coe is a little bit to the right. He's getting the throws off in time. It's just a matter of nailing the accuracy. You know, he's halfway there. He is still a freshman. He's got time to work it out. Holcraft, the sixth batter of the inning, slices one down the left field line, but foul. More contact, more foul balls. One thing the Hornets have really done a good job of today is working the pitch counts for these Red Rams pitchers, keeping those pitch counts high inside to make it a full count. There's another example. Holcraft left side. Calling for it's Alexander, brings it down. And we now go to the bottom of the fifth. The Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets put two more runs on the board, courtesy of a two-run jack by Tom Woodridge. We'll see if the Red Rams respond right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the fifth. Aaron Coe trying to start something off. He will do so by grounding to Woodridge. Quick one out. Now it's Mishra, who flied out to right in his first at-bat. I should say bottom of the fifth. There we go. 1-1-1, no one on. Mishra on the ground to Holcraft. Cross the diamond, puts him down. Two quick outs, bringing up Matt Sweeney. Got a single in his last at-bat. Stole a base or two. Finally came home for a run. Close to good contact if he gets a foul ball like that. He knows it. Lays off of it. Sweeney, if you hear us or if you're just watching this back, Muhammad Hajari in the comments says he loves you. Isn't it a great thing to be admired and respected? Not to get all existential on us. Grounded to Mason. And not even Sweeney can beat that one out. 1-2-3 inning. It looked like Sweeney slipped in the batter's box trying to get to first. That's why that happened, but that is the end of the fifth, a 1-2-3, bottom of the fifth. We'll be back with the sixth. The book for the Red Rams is rapidly closing. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams. It is Kevin Markert. Markert with a 6 ERA. 5 runs, but only 2 of them earned. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts on the season. He stares down A.J. Valletta. First pitch hit on the ground. Right to Alexander. Throwing, gets him. Good throw on the run from Alexander. That'll bring up Danaher. David Stewart now out in right field. So we'll take any available moment to try to calculate Foss's final line. Three no. And a 4-pitch walk. Not how Marker wanted to start things off. Foss's final line. 2 1/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 3 runs, 3 of them earned, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 home run surrendered. We have a pinch runner on first, it looks like. "16," I heard someone say. That's John Jafrida. Jafrida now pinch running on first. We'll see if he goes into the game full-time after this. Warzarik watches the first ball go by. Warzarik, the other captain on the team. He is 0 for 3 today. Warzarik flew out to third in his first at-bat, then struck out, then grounded out to short. Pickoff attempt, not in time. Good strike in there. On the ground, can they turn 2? They're going to get 1, but he's pushed off the bag. Jafrida doing a good job blocking Mishra from being able to turn the double play, so it'll be a fielder's choice. That brings up Miller. But first we have a mound visit. You know, today is National Nurses Day. If you have a friend or family member who's a nurse, might be a good time to thank them for what they're doing, especially in our current climate. Don't have to tell you exactly why. I think the implication is clear. It's also National Beverage Day, which I thought was a euphemism for alcohol at first, but it's not. It's just any beverage. Today is a day to drink water, I guess. I don't know who comes up with these holidays. I just research them. It's also the birthday of Jose Altuve, who just went yard earlier today, actually, against the Yankees. One of the greatest ball players ever to do it, Willie Mays, and the rapper Meek Mill. And, of course, today is not the 4th of July. Not entirely clear what's going on in the Mound Visit right now. It looks like there's a conversation between the two umpires. We'll get clarification as to what's going on as soon as we can. They're calling him out at first. It may have actually, let's see if we still have the replay, because I think I know what it was. Jafrida might have been called out on interference. That was interference from Jafrida, leading to the end of the inning. A bizarre way to end the inning, but one nonetheless. I don't even know how to put that down in the scorebook. But I'll figure it out as we head to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be right back after this. We're back with the bottom of the 6th here on JDTV. Max Danaher still on the mound for FM. As we start out with Mac Alexander. A bizarre end to the top of the 6th. An interference call on John Jafrida because he did not slide into second base. That's the official word from those in the know. And in case you're wondering how I scored it, I just wrote interference on the little box. I don't know what else you do. 2-0 now to Alexander. His first 2 at-bats, he grounded out to short, and then he had an RBI single. And it looks like manager Corey Nelson's standing up in the dugout. Another walk or two, and it might be the end of the day for Danaher. Once again, we are extremely grateful that you are joining us here on JDTV. So happy to be bringing you this game. Great that baseball's back. Slider in. Full count to Alexander, who is batting .429, at least before the start of this game. Scored 2 runs, a .571 slugging percentage. There's a worm burner right back at the shortstop. And the throw is underneath. Alexander has to get back because he did not actually step on the bag the first time. That's a throwing error. And a runner is now on first. As much as I'd love to give him a hit, that is an E6. That is the first error of the game for FM. Outside. Hit into center field by King. Over the head, over the fence, touch 'em all! Carter King with his second round tripper of the year. King clears the base pass. It is 5-4. King got all of that one, a frozen rope drive right over the center field fence, going about 300 feet. Quite the tater for King. And that'll bring up Kretsch. As baseball has returned to DeWitt, so has the firepower. And it is 5-4. Red Rams still in this one. It's a ball low. Umpires expanding a strike zone slightly. And there's a blooper on the short porch in center. Kretsch is aboard, and here comes the manager, Corey Nelson. He's not going to pull him yet, looks like. You know, in 2019, the Red Rams drew 4.6 walks per game. They only surrendered 3.9 walks per game. Oh, yep, there goes the pitcher. Danaher's day is done. We'll let you know who's coming in and what's going on right after this. The new pitcher for the Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets is Thomas Woodridge. In the Hornets' first game, he came in relief, pitched 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts, and 1 run as well. So now here's Dante Santos, the first to face him, takes a strike. Danaher's final line, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, no walks, 3 strikeouts, a home run, and a hit batsman. Santos bunting for a hit, fielded by Woodridge. The freshman throws it over, gets the out. The runner moves to second, though. So a sac bunt. It's Markert now up to bat. Inside counts 1-1. Markert pops it up, well out of play. Once again, the pitcher, Thomas Woodridge, who hit the 2-run home run for FM, is just a freshman. His potential is a lot as a catcher bobbles that pitch, and a bag is swiped by the pinch runner, Ty Parker. Think you can be kind, rule that a stolen base instead of a wild pitch. We'll see what they do officially after the game, though. Swinging strikeout, though, for Markert. We have a pinch hitter, Emmanuel Consuerta Artiga, coming up to peanut butter jelly time for some reason. Won't question it. I mean, you know, some people get hyped to different songs. And as we all know, baseball players are also the most superstitious of all the athletes. Perhaps the song brought him good luck one time. He wants to stick with it. Quickly behind 0-2, though. Consuerga 0 for 4 this season. When he makes contact, though, he can slug it. Gets a tip. Two outs, runner on third. Swing and a miss. That ends the 6th. As someone in the FM dugout says, Thomas Woodridge, you are insane. Perhaps so. But we head to the top of the 7th. The Red Rams running out of opportunities. We'll be right back. The top of the 7th is now upon us. And the Hornets are going to want to try to put this one out of reach. Markert, the pitcher for FM, Paul Miller, the number 8 batter, takes his first strike. The Red Rams' all-time record going into this game is 451-403. This is game number 855 in the program's history. One and two count now to Miller. Make that 2-2. Coaches on the third base side don't look too happy with that pitch. It's now 3-2. That's ball 4, and Miller starts off the 7th with a walk. Toby Schulman now, the batter. And Coach Dara is going out there. Looks like we might have another pitching change. And looks like, by the way, Justin Ellithorpe about to make his first appearance, at least at home this season. David Stewart comes in, and we got someone new on the mound. That is Ellithorpe. So Justin Ellithorpe, the new pitcher, coming in as the closer. We'll be right back once Ellithorpe's warm-ups are done in just a moment. So Justin Ellithorpe making his first pitching appearance of the season. Markert back out in right for the Red Rams. Bunt coming in, Ellithorpe fields it. And he's off the bag. Throw too high from Ellithorpe. An awkward bunt fielded awkwardly by Ellithorpe, and an awkward throw to boot. 0-1 count now. Ellithorpe did not play for the first couple games. Nice to see he's making his return. Hefty leads taken by the base runners. And that's what Ellithorpe's been trying to do, make him swing and miss like that. Struck him out. Got him with the high heat. Now it's James Mason up to bat. In the dirt away from the catcher. Rolls all the way to the dugout, and the runners will advance. On the ground to short, throws home. The Red Rams will gladly allow a hit if it means preventing a run. However, it does mean the bases are now loaded for the number 3 batter. It's Itai Spinoza. Now, Ellithorpe really has to establish himself as a fireman here. Bases loaded and 1 out in the top of the 7th. Don't forget, we only played a 7 here in high school. So this is the equivalent to the top of the 9th. Contact into the hole, 1 run scores. Another one being waved around. 2-run single for Spinoza. Makes it 7-4. And this is certainly not how Ellithorpe wanted his first pitching appearance to go. Miller and Schulman both score. Runner goes, Coe pops up, and he's safe. Wild pitch, another run comes home. So now Holcraft only has 1 runner to worry about. It was a 1-run game, now it's a 4-run game. By the way, since I don't think I mentioned it, Markert's final line as pitcher was 1 2/3 innings pitched, no hits, 1 run, 3 walks, no strikeouts. Has him guessing on the heat. Full count. Holcraft fouls it off. Don't forget, we have broadcasts tomorrow and 2 on Saturday. 7 o'clock tomorrow, girls lacrosse against Fulton. Boys and girls lacrosse at 5 and 7 apiece on Saturday. Popped up, playable. Not quite playable. Still a full count to Holcraft, who's been working these counts all game. And Holcraft rips one left side. Underneath it is Santos. But the throw's not in time, another run scores. Nine to 4 now, an RBI for Holcraft. Pops up to short, and all of a sudden, the Red Rams have a lot more work to do. FM takes a 9-4 lead in the top of the 7th. 5-run comeback is possibly improbable, but not impossible. We'll be right back to see if it happens. Welcome back. As the Red Rams down to possibly their final half inning, it's Aaron Coe to get things started. If rule number 1 of baseball is don't fall for the hidden ball trick, rule number 2 of baseball is don't give up 4 runs in the final inning. As Coe takes his first strike. Coe pokes it over to Mason. Throw is hung on to and in time. Samson Mishra will step up. Red Rams down to 2 outs, and they have 5 runs to make up for. Big swing and a miss. You know, your gut instinct as a hitter in a situation like this is to swing for the fences, but really all you have to do is make contact. You got to get on base, you got to start something. Don't try to be the hero. This is a team sport, and your teammates will pick up where you left off. Mishra swinging for the fences, though, right side. Out of play. Now, if the Red Rams do lose this one, they will drop to 1-3 on the season. They have not lost any more than 5 games in a season since 2016. I believe 2015 they lost 6 games in a season. 0-2 to Mishra. Umpire really relishing the strikeout call, as it was right on the corner. Got him looking. Red Rams down to 1 out. They've got 5 runs to compensate. But if anyone can start things off, it'd be Matt Sweeney. And he's up to bat. Sweeney contact on the ground. Can he beat it out? No, he can't. That's the game. The Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets have defeated your Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams 9-4. It was a close game until the very end. Teams can't shake hands due to COVID regulations. Tip of a cap to each other to represent good sportsmanship. And that'll wrap things up here from DeWitt. My name is Sam Gelfand, the voice of the Red Rams. Thank you so very much for joining us live on JDTV. On behalf of myself, our camera person for the day, Tyler Aitken, and everyone here at both JDTV and Section 3 Athletics, we would like to wish you a very good night wherever you may be.